Hi, this is Juan Felipe and I'm going to show you my final project for business intelligence. Um, okay, so the database we are going to use is this one called car sales. And the first thing we need to do is to convert this data from comma text data to rows and columns. So we're going to go here in data, text to columns, and we're going to delimit by comma. As you can see, um, there are the data separates in columns, and just finish, and that's it. So we have here car ID, date, customer, gender, annual income, the dealer name, some characteristics of the cars, like the company, the model, engine, transmission, color, price of the sale, uh, the body styles, and the region. So we're going to save this database and start working with this database. Close it. Okay. Here in Tableau, so we are going to go to data source, and we are going to go sorry, we have first to save this as an Excel workbook. Okay, we're going to save it right there, and again, Tableau. We're going to a file, Microsoft Excel, and we select car sales. Okay, we can see here again the columns as car ID, customer name, gender, etc. So we're going to work with this database. So the first thing I want to do is like a study of gender-based characteristics that the genders will use from a car. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do a car color by gender. If we see in our data source, we can see well, first the gender. We can see the gender, and then we can see the color of the car. So for me, it's important to know maybe what the gender colors. I mean, what the male is looking for in a car about colors, and what the female is looking for the color of their cars. We're going to do that exactly. Okay, so we are going to start, and the thing that we're going to show is how many females, how many males are using that color for a car. So I'm going just to put gender here in row, and we are going to put it as a measure that counts. So we have a bar here, and we are going to put the color of the cars. So with gender, but we are going to put double gender here. Yes. So we have here, when we put the gender again, we're just dividing the color by males or females. And something I want to show it is this, the etiquette. Count of the numbers, I mean. And we're just going to use a color for the we're going to use the color for the color cards. So if we have black, where I want a black color, so we're going to put colors in colors, and we can see that I have colors here, but we're going to edit that colors. But I want to that the viewer see this graph and say like, oh, okay, black cars, it's a black column, and that's it. So I'm going to choose here a black for the black, a pale white. This is like a white, but a little bit like this. And red, well, it's red. So we're going to apply that. And the last thing I want to do is format this. Yeah, we're going to put a line here. Okay, and we are going to just put here some borders, black borders, just so we can see how is the column right there. And we are going to call it, as I said before, car color by gender. Okay, so this is our first graph, and we're going to do the second one, that is the type of transmission by gender. You can see here, we're looking just for this transmission. So we know that the cars have automatic transmissions or manual transmissions. We need to know the transmissions that usually the gender uses the most. We're going to do that. As I say to you, the next one is going to be type of transmission by gender. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put gender, important. I said transmission rows, so auto, manual. This as a count. Okay. We do it backwards. That's it. Now we're going to put gender here, and then we are going to do a color. Color by gender. So we're going to put this color. We're going to highlight this. Purple one. And that's it. So we have here. Of course, we're going to show the mark labels, and we're going to name it type. Sorry. And that's it. So this is our second graph that show us how many males and how many females are using auto transmission or manual transmission in their cars. Our third graph in the sheet 3, the third sheet is going to be companies by gender. We're going to show here which are the most companies that sell the most vehicles for males and for females. Again, we are going, the first part of this sheets is going to be like a gender-based model. And okay, so we're going to, again, to gender, we're going to measure it as a count. We're going to count how many each gender. So we're going to put gender here, and we are going to put company. So here we can see all the companies here, you see, and divided by female and male, and like all the sales. So the thing we are going to do is organize it and let it be a little bit more beautiful. The first thing I want to do is to switch this company, gender company, so we can see all the companies divided by female and male. And then I'm going to organize by company, company sales this way. So we are going to see like the 10, not the 10, I mean all the companies, but we're going to see in a sorted way. Then we're going to I'm going to switch this to the gender just to see the males or the biggest columns to the left, and in the right the shortest one. And the next thing I'm going to do is just select the top 10 here. And we have top 10 here too. So 3, 6, 9, 10. To keep that ones. Like the top 10 of the companies that are sold by male and female. And again, we're going to do this by color. We're going to get the company and put it right there in color. We can see the different colors represent a different company. And I show too the count of how many of these ones are going to be sold. This ones is the how many cars the company sold the males to male owners, and this second part is how many cars the company sold to female owners. We can see some patterns, as is Chevrolet is always the leader in the US. One point of here is that this database is from the US, and I'm going to show you later on. So you have here our third graph. Next thing we're going to do a graph to be sales map. We're going to do a map. Remember that in the data source we have something, by the way, here, the dealer region. So we are going to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is dealer region, just drop there. Sorry, the first thing we need to do is this. As you can see, is in text string number. So we need to put it like a geographic role and put it as a county. You know, when we put it right there, there are 7 unknowns, so we need to edit the locations. We're in Colombia, but we're not in Colombia. We're in the United States. Okay. And we're going to work with these 4 because Janesville, Middletown, and Scottsdale are not working. So do that there. And we need to show the sales of each region. The dealers of that region, the dealers of Aurora, the dealers of Austin, Pasco, and Greenville. We need to see which is the best region that have the most sales. So first we need to do by size. Well, by size I mean we need to measure it by a count. You know, and there we have count 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, 3,000. They are very similar. So we're going to edit the sizes. Edit the sizes by range. We can have like the little one like that. Apply something like that. Going to move a little bit, and the big one is not that big. Okay, that's just perfect. That's just perfect. So first the sizes. The sizes represent the how many sales have this region. We're going to color, but we do it like that because it's the difference of region by colors. and then I want to show that count of sales. But first I need to this, you know, which region we are talking about: Greenville, Aurora, Pasco, Austin. And then I'm going to use car ID because it's all the cars that are sold. And we're going to take a label again, car ID, going to measure it as a count. We have here Aurora 3000, 1000, 3000, 4000. That's it. So we're going to work it like that. And yeah, this is our map, the sales count map. How many sales have this region? How many sales have this, and this region? And this is our fourth. Next one is going to be car sales by month. We're going to use dates here. We can see that the date is a string again. So we see if we put it here, we have a lot of strings. So we don't need that. We need to go to data source, date, change it, date. So date there, and here we're going to put date. We're in years, but we want to know the car sale by month. How many cars are selling per month? So we have, so we can see trends of which month the people is buying more cars. We have month here, and I say to you, we need to count the sales. We have here like measure values like the sales, car sales count. Is auto generated. It's not in the database, but it's auto generated. So, but we can do it by car ID as I did in the last one. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this as show me text, but we're going to measure as a count. So we have this. So we're going to do as a bar. We're going to do this as a bar, and it's organized by month. That's right. We're going to put the mark label, and we're going to put a color by date. Remember, we need to color by month color. Okay. And when to edit the colors again, something more purple, we're going to assign that palette colors. You see here, we're going to use purple, and we can put a trend line just like that. The trend line is a linear trend line, but we can do it like exponential to show that the sales are going up. Therefore, where we are going to get to December, the sales get up. The only exception is October, because the sales keeps like very average, but the rest, the final months of the year, it is always have the best sales for the cars. The next graph is going to be company sales, just like that. But the trick for this one is going to be the type of graph we're going to use. So the first one is going to be company, and we're going to put it in size. You know, we have all the companies here in size, and we're going to, sorry, this is going to be the label. So the names of each one, and the sales, the price, how many, like the money that they have sold each company. Going to put it as a text. You know, we have here Gouda, blah blah blah, etc. So we're going to use the size, and we have here our very beautiful graph. But again, we're going to use the color, and that's how we get this type of graphic. The last thing we are going to do is the sum price. We're going to format it like a currency, because we are just analyzing the sum of all the sales by company. If the square is the bigger and the darkest is going to be the more sales that they have. And then we edit the colors again, and we're going to use the purple palette we are using all the way for the project. And that's it. This is our graph that shows us all the sales of the company, of each company. The next thing we want to analyze is a table that is very interesting for me. That is the body transmission color table. I want to show like the numbers of the type of body that have the cars, the transmission, the color table, and how the people is choosing that. Okay, so the first thing is the body. Okay, the body we have, where is the body? Body style, sorry. I'm going to put the body style, the hardtop, the hatchback, the passenger sedan, and SUV. It's like the ones that are selling now. Then we're going to do transmission. Transmission, we're going to set it just right here. Auto, manual, we know it very well. So they are going to be divided. The hatchback, if it is auto, if it is manual, and of course the color. These are going to be the colors that have each one. So we divide the hardtop if it's auto, manual, if it's auto is black, pale white, red, and so on. And again, we are going to use car ID just to show the number of it. It's going to be here in text, and we're going to convert it and measure it as a count. We're going to count how many cars are black with auto transmission and the body style is a hardtop. So we have these ones right there. And we can just do here and analytics have totals, but we want just totals from subtotals. Okay, so we can see here the subtotal of the color of auto transmission. The auto transmission of hardtop vehicles have this quantity, or the hardtop vehicles have this quantity, and we can organize it by body style. I want to organize it by body style. There, the SUV is the best body style selling with a total of 6,374. So this is our body transmission color table. The next one is going to be a very interesting one in sales, and is going to be models that have sold over 250 units. So the model of car that have sold over 250 units. First thing we need to do is the company. I want to know which company is the parent of this model. And then we can choose models. And we see that we have a lot of models. for each company. And we need again the car ID. That is like the variable we use to count how many cars of each model is going to be sold. Again, we're going to put it as a text and we're going to measure it, count it. Okay, we have all this, but we need to filter it because we need the models that have sold over 250 units, and there are some models like the Acura Integra have 48 units, so we need to get that very well. So we're going to here, I'm going to filter. We're going to do at least 250 units. So that filter can show us all the models that have sold over 250 units, and we can just organize it, sort it. Sorry, we can not by model, but by car ID. I think we can. No, we cannot sort it. That is okay. We can see properly that they are all the models, and we can just say like that those models are the ones that the companies and the dealers sell the most, and the companies and the model. Then we want to do again a table, another very interesting one. These models that sold over USD 70k versus its mean price versus its max price. I want to know first the models of cars that sold over $70,000. Okay, so the thing I want to do is the most expensive ones. This is the first thing I want to know. First the company, and again the model. Here. I want to do the mean price of that model. So I want to know the minimum price that a dealer sell an Acura Integra. Okay. So we just have the price, put it here, but we are going to put as a measure, as a minimum, I'm going to put it as a discrete with the minimum price, just like that. So the minimum price a dealer sold an Acura Integra is 24,233. But we want to compare it versus the maximum price that is sold. We're going to put it okay, discrete, and we're going to measure it as a maximum value. So we can compare the two values. The minimum price that the dealer sold Integra is 24,000, and the maximum price that a dealer sold an Integra is 45,000. But we want to filter by models that sold over $70,000. So again, we're going to price maximum, and we want over 70,000. Okay. So we have here just the models that its value, its maximum price, it's over $70,000. Okay. And the next thing I want to do, and I forget over here, is this versus average price. What is the average price of that car sold in the dealers? Okay. Okay, so the average price is going to be here, the text, but we're going to measure it as a average. Okay, so we can compare here the average price that the dealers sold an Audi A6. The average price, the maximum price a dealer sold it, and the minimum price they sold it. And we are going to format each one of these. I think is better understanding if we just have like the minimum price as a green, the maximum price as a red, just like this. And I want that average price have a color. I want to do this blue and in bold. And there are some things like this is currency, the minimum price. This is currency, and this is currency too. And that's it. That's our table. Next one is going to be engine usage by companies. The thing we are going to do here is first put the companies, all the companies, and we are going to see each company what is the most car that they produce and sell. If the engines with double shift camshaft, we're going to see that right now. Columns. Okay. Overhead camshaft, double overhead camshaft, and overhead camshaft. We're going to see each company, which is the most kind of engine that they sold. So we are going to begin with car ID. We're going to put it text, but we're going to count it. Okay. And again, we're going to count color. Count. Okay. That's the thing I want. Colors. Purple. So we can see here. But I want, let's see, I mean a color of these ones. Okay. Use that. So the color that is darkest is going to be a higher count of the double overhead camshaft of overhead camshaft. And that's our table right there. Our last graph, the top 4 best sellers 2003 by region. How we're going to measure that? Okay, we're going to measure that first. By sales. We're going to measure that by sales. First, we need to put the dealer name because we're going to sort it by the best dealer. What is by region? So first is the region. Aurora, Austin, Greenville, and all that. Then we're going to put the dealer name. There are a lot of dealers. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is price as a text. We have here all the sellings by company. So the first best dealers in 2023 by region is going to be measured by the sum of their sales that are those. So each dealer have a lot of sales. But we need to sort it. First it's going to be first we need to sort it to filter, sorry, as sum we're going to put the sales like 10 million. And with that filter, we can see 4 dealers by region. That is a filter that I found that show me 4 dealers by region and the top 4. Next thing I want to do is to colorize this a little bit. Okay. And what else? We do edit format. We'll use like the purple that we are using shading. The row bending. Row bending, each row have color or not. But the color of the numbers, they are like same color, so I'm going to change it. And I found a better way, and it's not like the sum of the price, but the dealer region. Each one have one of those. Formatted with like a bold, okay, and that's it. So for each region we have color in the sales, but remember that it is currency. Delete that, and yeah, that's it. We have here all the sales of the top 4 leaders by sales by region, and that's our all of graphs. Okay, so we are going to continue. We're going to do the dashboard, and the first thing I want to do in the dashboard is going to be the gender analysis. So we have here the first graph, that is car color by gender. I'm going to delete this one. Type of transmission by gender is another one. Floating as well. That's right. And companies by gender. I'm going to drag it there. Floating. And we're going to do this one. Just like that. Companies by gender. It doesn't look the names are not showing very well, so I'm going to reduce its height here. Sorry, I'm going to reduce the height of all the gender analysis, so we can let this be just like that. Yeah, just like that. We can erase this, we can erase that one. So this is the gender part, but we also have the map, the sales count map by region. So we are going to do an analysis by region next to it. Something very important is this, the map, you know. I'm going to put it like that. Yeah, just like that. We can delete this again. The names are right there, but I'm going to extend this one. I don't know if... Okay, it shows it. So it doesn't show it. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it there so we can know. I'm going to put it a little bit just like that, right there. So we can see the dealer region is talking about, because this red one is only showing if the picture is big enough. We are talking about sales, so I'm going to put the sales graph just like that. I'm going to close a little bit. Okay, carousels by month. That's perfect. We're talking about sales. This is company sales. It's also good to know and have this one floating. I'm going to put this right here and delete these ones so we can push this right through the front. Well, something is not okay. Okay. We're going to put this like fit with okay, yeah, right. Company sales and something about sales top 4 bestsellers, more top 4 best dealers in 2023 by region. Again, we are using a region, so we're going to just let me put this right away. Add to dashboard. Here it is. We're going to floating again. We're going to put it right there. And we are going to fit it to the width entire view. Okay, so we have the other ones. Right. So we have here our dashboard divided by gender and divided by sales. The sales part about company sales, the regions and the sellings, core sales by month, and top 4 best dealers in 2023 by region. All talking about money, all talking about quantity of sales and regions. So we have here that. Next to it, we are going to create the storytelling part of this project. Again, we are going to divide it by gender, the gender part that is going to tell us a story about genders and how people is choosing whether automatic or manual transmissions, whether it's selecting some kind of companies instead of other ones, etc. That's the first part of the story. The first thing I want to do is format it because it's white, it's just white. I don't like it just like that, so I'm going to put it again like a lila color, maybe bluish, but I'm going to color it with this color because some of the graphics is have that color. I'm going to leave it like that, a little bit grayish. Alignment, maybe center, shading, maybe it can be like this. It can be like this, but a little bit darker, you know. Yeah, just like that. Shading font, it's alright. I like it. And the navigator style, I'm going to do it by dots. I like the way it do with dots. We are going to insert the title as gender analysis. We're going to apply. Okay. So we're going to put the first one, the first graphic. Okay. Sorry about it. So this is the first one. We're going to pause it real quick. We have gender analysis, okay, and we're going to put type of transmission here. We can delete this one. I don't know how to delete it. Wait. So I committed an error, and this title is used for all the stories. So we are going to car sales. We're going to name it car sales analysis. So we can have our pictures there, but I want to tell the people that are looking at the screen that know that these graphics represent some kind of analysis inside the car sales analysis. So we're going to put gender. Now this is again this that. Oh, I'm going to maybe a little bit bigger. We're going to put the title there. We are going to copy it, paste it. I can copy it. No. So again, we're going to drag a new title there. Gender analysis. They're going to be bold and 18. Gender analysis. Gender analysis. I can put it like color, like that. Analysis color. You can put here gender analysis. Type of transmission. Can do it like that. Okay, just like that. The next one is going to be companies by gender. And again, a new title. Gender analysis. It can be for companies selected for buying. You can put like preferred companies for buying. And again, bold and 18. Yeah. Preferred companies for buying. Okay. So we can do a blank one. And again do the same thing but with sales. So we have the map here. Okay. And I'm going to put it sales analysis and unit sold by region. Okay, bold 18. Put it right away, this way. Okay, it's totally perfect. We're going to create a blank one with car sales by month. Again with the title car sales by month. sales analysis, car sales by month. So the story is telling the first part that is going to be the first part, sorry about it. So the first part is going to be the gender one, and the second part is going to be the sales. And the third one I want to add here, again, is the top 4 best dealers in 2023. Again, with the title, Sales Analysis, top 4 dealers by region. That's right. So this is our story that is telling us, first thing, the gender analysis, first the color, type of transmission, preferred companies for buying, divided by male and female, the sales analysis, units sold by region, car sales by month, and top 4 dealers by region. So this is my project about car sales. Everything is done now, all the dashboards, all the story, and even all the worksheets are really done, and I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about it, and we see you in the next time. Thank you.